Hey lovelies, I said in the last video that you're getting a special appearance by something, and it's my purple hair. Ugh, I miss this thing, it's like so good. It's also a super hot day and this hair is extremely hot, so my fan is staying on. So lovelies, welcome to Vlogmas day 12. Also the last day of Vlogmas, because if you're new here, hi, welcome, thank you. And I only did 12 days of Vlogmas. It's the first time I'm doing it, so therefore I only allowed myself to do 12 days, so not to overwhelm myself. Did I forget how to tie this? Okay. So as not to overwhelm myself, and it worked. Also, another key component is that my life isn't that exciting. I basically live in my room doing nothing except draw, as you know, an artist. Gosh, it's so dark. Should I come forward? I can't open my window because my neighbor is playing loud music. So excuse me as I fix my hair. Okay, so that was a long intro. So this Vlogmas video, the last one, is where I answer your questions as I cut stickers. So for those of you who may not know, coming January I'm doing physical rewards for my Patreon, because currently I do digital downloads over there. So I have things and then you could download it for yourself on your own computer and print it out and use it. But now with my new Epson Eco Tank printer, it prints very well by my dad. You guys, I can send out prints now and I'm so happy about that. I'm like really stoked about it. So I'm just so happy, just like that. And I'm so nervous at the exact same time. So January 1st there's going to be a whole new reward system. Everything's going to change. Did we miss it on me? Everything's going to change, and yeah, so let's get to the questions. Is that better? I think it's better. So I had to bust out my lights for this, just to bounce some light off on this side because I was too dark, you know, rather than obvious. So I hope this helps, but also I had to put the fan all the way up on high because the extra light right on my face causes extra heat. So also this hair had to go up some more. Ugh. Yeah, seriously, this hair is very hot. It's cute. It's so cute, but it's so hot. My god, it's so hot. Okay, let's see, where is it? Alright. I figured. So, as a recap, here's the stickers. At least one half. I don't have any cutting machine, so I'm cutting it out by hand. That's why I say I'll do a Q&A. Sorry, I love Mac does it. A qua as I cut these stickers. So here we go, cutting out stickers for you. So first question is by Harriet Cheshire. Hey Harriet, hey girl, hey. She's one of my patrons, hi. She asks, what are your best tips for art block? So for me personally, I think art block is when you don't know what to draw because you think you draw it over and over again. So when you're drawing the exact same thing, even if you give them different clothes, different hairstyles, different thing, your technique to draw your character is the exact same way. So I think that's what brings about art block, because somewhere in your mind you're like, should I draw this? But no, I already drew that. Should I draw that? But no, I already drew that. So then you're just stuck with the blank page, the white page is there, and it's just mocking you like, you're not gonna draw? And you're like, nope, because I don't know what the heck to draw. So my thought my thought, what helps me when I have art block is I try a new medium. So that's how I know how to use color pencils, watercolors, gouache, markers, kind of digital art. It's all because I was fed up of doing the same thing over and over again, because right now my art is going through a change. I wasn't sketching or anything, I was just there. My doing over my room actually helped, giving me a break from art. So maybe also taking a break and doing something else. So that's basically it. Taking a break and doing something else. Even if you draw, use a different medium. It forces you to think out. That's it. You have to do things to force your mind to think differently, because again, as I said in the beginning, your drawing style is something you do over and over again. So therefore, if you try a new medium or try something new, it forces your mind to think differently. A good example of this is Casey Golden. Her imagination knows no bounds, and she's generally always trying new mediums. She does things with washi tape, her blood, chocolate, her blood. And every time you hear her talk, she's like, it forces her to think differently, because no two mediums can work the same. Like gouache and watercolors, they are similar but different, because you can use a gouache as a watercolor, but you can't use a watercolor as a gouache. So my thing is, even if you don't want to draw, you could do origami. Okay. You could do origami, you could do interior decorating, you could play a video game, read a book. Just do something differently, which forces your mind to think differently. And yeah, I think that will help you a lot with art block, because it does. It helps a lot with art block. So not just trying something, well, yeah, try something new that forces. So the short answer for, wow, took me that long just to cut this one sticker. The short answer for this whole long-winded explanation, try something new that forces your mind to think differently, and it helps. And you might even find something new that you like to do. Yeah. Okay, next question. Chris Strum, hey girl, she asks, what's your favorite book? I can show you. Okay, so my favorite book is Devil in Winter by Lisa Cabas. Can you see? I love it. There's the shy wallflower, the Casanova of the world come together and get married out of desperation, because she's rich and needs a husband to get protection from her abusive family, and he needs money because, you know, he's a man in a restricted time, and his father is spending out all the money. She went to him because she never thought herself desirable enough that any man would want her, and he just kidnapped one of her best friends, showing his desperation. And she was like, oh my god, how dare he do that? But you know, since the friend's safe and everything and married to the love of their life, she was like, he's desperate enough that he would want me, you know. So she went to him and she made him a deal. I don't know what his accent come up from. And she made him a deal, and he was like, so I get married to you and I don't actually have to do anything with you. I just get married to you and I get your money. And she was like, yeah. And he was like, what's the catch? She was like, I just want to be my daddy. He was like, all right, cool. And that was it. I know, but reading the chemistry of how they grew close and how they loved each other before they even realized they loved each other, it was just so good. And saying it like that, I was like, should I like Sebastian? I love him so much. I love this book. Devil in Winter by Lisa Cabas, favorite book of all time, followed by Love in the Afternoon by Lisa Cabas. Next question. The same Chris Strum, hi, I don't know why I'm saying your name like that, asks, What's your favorite game? My favorite game of all time is Harvest Moon. I can play that game for hours, over and over, all the time. And I know they're no longer called Harvest Moon. I haven't been up with the games for a while. I would love to get the latest. I forget the name. I don't know the name. I might put it up on the screen of what Harvest Moon is called now. Love that. I love that. I just need to get that game because I love Harvest Moon. Okay, next question is Made by Dawn. Hey, Made by Dawn. She has a YouTube channel, guys, if you want to check it out. She's a black artist as well. I think she's a nurse. I'm not sure. So therefore, she has all the respect in the world for her job. Seriously. Thank you for your service. So Made by Dawn asked, hey Swan, hey girl. I started using an easel. Have you ever tried using an easel? Yes, there's even a video where I used it to do the abstract art when like people were just dying around me and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I was just painting out my emotions. And yeah, but I don't really like an easel. Mainly because how I use watercolors, when you do that, it runs, like the paint runs down, especially since I use a lot of water in my art, watercolor art. So therefore when I put the paint on anything, it just runs in places it's not supposed to be, because I'm not really like a freestyle painter. Like I'll just do an outline of a face and then put in all the tones and values with the paint. I'm like a paint by number. I draw the character, I do the lines, and then I paint it in those lines. So easels aren't for me. So I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Lounakin, Lounakin, I asks, I'd love to know more about your family. How many of you live together? I grew up in a big house with my grandparents and aunt and uncle and cousin. People thought we were crazy. When you're poor, I don't know if you're poor. When you're poor, but I'm just talking. When you're poor, you tend to have a bigger household because it's better to live together and afford bills than try to live in apartments and can't afford shit. Oh my god, that sounds so bad when I said it, but yeah. So how much living in the house? Okay, let's see. There's my dad, my mom, my uncle, my sister, her boyfriend, my nephew, me, my niece, and my other niece. So there's 8 of us. No, wait, sorry, 9 of us. Let's my dad, my mom, my uncle, my sister, her boyfriend, my nephew, my baby, my niece, my other niece, me. Yeah, so 9 of us in the house. Technically, my sister's boyfriend doesn't live here, but he stays here most of the time. And my second niece, she technically doesn't live here, but she's also always here. So yeah, so it's 9 of us in the house. Stone Studio says, as a small YouTuber, I asked, how did you build your following up, and what tips do you have for small creators to get noticed? And it's because I did the opposite channel wow, I talk a lot. The opposite channel challenge, and I challenged Bailey J, Monique Renee, and Join with Waffles to do it, like, because I used to do a lot of art challenges on my channel. You could go back and see I have so much art challenges. Oh, that's also a good way to get over art blog, doing art challenges. And my channel has a lot of them, so you know, you can check them out. So I challenged them, and Bailey, she's someone who's very active on Twitter, and she liked the idea and she did it, and she gave me a shout out. She didn't have to. She didn't have to. You gotta just say, oh, I heard this challenge on the internet and did it, and that was it. But she gave me a shout out multiple times. It have one with Emily, I forget her last name, but I love her channel. And Emily Artful. Wow, she has a podcast, and Bailey was on the podcast, and she gave me a shout out there too. I was at work and I just getting all these messages. Oh my god, Bailey gave you a shout out. You have over 4,000 subscribers. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. So basically, after that long run, and I might cut off most of it, is that interact with other YouTubers, especially bigger YouTubers, because they notice. So I always watch Bailey's channel. She's one of the first channels that I ever watched on YouTube, and I'll comment on her videos sometimes, and I'll interact with her on Twitter and stuff. So they notice you, and especially if your channel is like art thing, like if your name of your channel is something that's sung for an artist and your thumbnail looks like something that's an art or a drawing, they'll take notice, like, huh, because a lot of them who bigger channels say they will see people in their comments, and when they look through, they'll be like, oh, this person is always commenting, and they look like, and they'll go over and they'll check it out and they'll be cool. It blew my mind that Drawing with Waffles watches my videos occasionally. Apparently she says, oh my gosh, yeah, I made a comment on her video and she said, that's why I watch your videos. And I'm like, wait, what? What? You watch my videos? Huh? I was like stupid after that. I was like real stupid after that. That the person who inspired me a whole lot watches my videos. I don't know if she does it still today, but it blows my mind. And yeah, so basically comment, interact. You guys can do collabs. I did one with Pixie Sticks, love her. Sonia Stageman, love her, cool friend. Did I really, wait, was those the only 2 collabs I did? I did an art trade with Soda Punk, but she's not that active on YouTube. She's more on Instagram. Yeah, wow, I need to do more collabs. And yeah, interact with people, and please try not to let the numbers stress you out, because I won't say it won't happen, it will, but please try not to let the numbers stress you out. I didn't expect to take this long. I don't take this long to cut stickers usually. As I waited for the rain to pass, I finished cutting the sticker sheet. So these are 10 stickers for the sheet. My favorite one by far being my little mushroom friend. Look how cute it is. Oh, this B one, this one, close second. Look how cute. And this one is simple, but I love it. It's a sun. And I got my boys, Fred and George. You can either have it this way or this way. It works either way. Okay then. So just continue over the question, shall we? Where should I put? Let's just rest this here. This is, there we go. So off to the next set. So next question, because I got a lot of questions from my girl Stone. Don't know why I keep saying it like that. Okay, they ask, besides art, what other aspects of YouTube, or which other parts of YouTube do you enjoy? I love DIY. I follow so many DIY channels. The first one ever was the Sorry Girls, because I love Becky. Kelsey's there too. I like her, but I love Becky. I don't know why I just love Becky. And that brought me to Lone Fox, Rachel Metz, and I don't know why, this was the last one I found, was I'm Mr. Kate, I'm here. I love Mr. Kate so much. And the other part of YouTube that I enjoy is Korean cafes. Look those up. You would enjoy it, guys. Korean cafes are just so awesome. And that's the end of that question, and the rain again. So now let's go over to Instagram. So yes, I like stories with my stuff. Let's go to Instagram. Okay, so apparently Instagram disabled the factions where you can go back to an old story and find what questions people asked you. So now I have to go through all the activity to see it. So first question is Miss Danny G. Hey Danny, she also has a YouTube channel, you can check her out. She asks, are you going to start any local markets next year? that is my plan, to do a South Market next year. Hopefully they're doing it this year, but it's very safe. They're not taking as much vendors, the tables are way more spaced out, and they're not accepting so much more as much people as before, and everybody has to wear masks and sanitize their hands. So it's very safe. But I have kids. Okay, I don't have kids, but I'm around the kids, so yeah. And my sister and my uncle works. It's just like so maybe it is a plan, a definite plan. Already thinking of stuff what to do. So yes, there is a plan to do that. Next question. Harriet Cheshire. Hey Harriet again. What is the weather like where you live? You always have your fan on, but for me it is winter. Trinidad only has 2 seasons, the dry season and the wet season. Trinidad and Tobago is a very hot country until it's not. So the fan is a must. It's a must. We need fans, otherwise we die. And because I don't like AC, it hurts me. I don't know why. AC dries out your skin, it hurts me. I don't know why. Next question. Do you like to cook? If so, what is your favorite meal to cook? Okay, yes, I like to cook because food. What's my favorite meal? I mostly cook mac and cheese because it's the easiest and fastest thing to do. But my favorite thing is Sunday lunch, which is basically macaroni pie, peas and callaloo, stew chicken. I don't like the baked chicken, it's too dry. Stew chicken, peas, macaroni pie, also rice. Delicious. Put some juice there, good to go. Next question. How do you find your art style? Me, it was experimentation. Always experiment, because I will follow tutorials. I'll find tutorials on how to do stuff online, and I'll try to follow it all the way, like exactly how they did it. But there's always something in your brain or in your hand or whatever that always say, what if I do it like this instead? And I think that's how your art style develops. You learn from others. So I originally learned to draw my eye from drawing with waffles. She has a whole how to draw the face, how to draw the eye, how to draw everything, and I went through her those I went through those videos. I also had one from Monique Renee, and then as it helps your brain to understand the parts of the face and eyes, or even if you're doing landscape, it just helps you identify shapes. Always learn to identify shapes, and then you will figure out how to push those shapes to how you want them. So right now I think my art style is a mixture of GDB, Bailey, drawing with waffles, and some other random artists I will just see, and I like how she draws her eyes, and I like how to draw she nose, and then I'll just like, what if I just mishmash all these together, and I got my art style. And also your flair, you'll get your flair. Okay, so don't you could copy somebody's work in your sketchbook only for research purposes. Only don't go and share it on social media and say, oh my god, I drew this eye, it was so good. No, you copied the eye. Okay, so after you copy the eye, you'll see the technique about why you do it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and then you'll make your own type of eye. Like right now, my eye, I hate it right now because I don't like how I draw it. So right now I'm experimenting with new eyes. So that's how we do experimentation, find inspiration, and get your own flair to it, because there's always something that will say, I don't like how they do this part, so I'm going to try this instead. How do you find your inspiration to draw? That whole fantasy world thing I had growing up through my depression, that kind of stuff, yeah, that helps a lot. And something with how I came up with Lila. When I did UCD one, I wrote down stuff I always wanted to draw in a character, but yet when I draw characters, I just fall back into habits. So I draw the face, the nose, and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to add horns, oh yeah, I want to add this, and oh yeah, I want to add that. So it's good to just like, if you want to just write things you like about other people's characters and put it together and try to put it together and see what you get. because I would like to draw more fantasy themed stuff, but I always just draw modern girls. I like it, but then I'm like, after I draw it, because when you get in that zone, you're in that zone, and I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to give her horns. Oh yeah, I wanted to give her this magic weapon. Oh yeah, I wanted to do this. And then you're like, she look good though, so whatever. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to say that. Who asked me that question was Artistic Brownie. Hi. Who asked me about do I like to cook? That's Hannah Mew Art. Alright, okay, cool. Next one is Yash Creations Artist saying, what are you doing, Swan? I'm answering your questions. Okay. I'm supposed to be cutting out stickers, but we're down to the wire. And Yash Creations saying, done your shopping for Xmas? I've been unemployed for 9 months, so no. Okay, amethyst.ap asks, do you order your art supplies or buy locally or both? If you do shop locally, where? Fan from Trinidad. Hey girl, Trinity the bone. Okay, so I order my art supplies online because mainly the art supplies here, it's like not even student grade, it's like baby grade, like things babies will use. We have a lot of poster paints, but not those high-end poster paints. It's like them watered down. No, it's only now stores, we barely even have art stores. They'll mostly be stationery stores that have art products in them. It's only now they're actually giving up. They're also providing high-end art supplies. Because back then there's fine art. I got my first pack of watercolors from Fine Art. They have stuff, but they're super expensive. Really expensive. Like, wow, expensive. It was better to buy it online. The thing about buying it locally, it's already here. You don't have to pay shipping. You don't have to wait forever. You just pay the high price and you go home with your art supply. When you order it online, you don't really know how much it's going to cost, because through customs there's the weight, and also if it's a brand name. So with how Trinidad right now is having more art supplies, like I bought my Fabino mixed media paper here in Trinidad, and I will continue to buy it here in Trinidad because it's way cheaper to buy it here in Trinidad than ordering it. So, and it lasts a long time, so I don't think I need it for like, for the amount I have, like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, especially since I'm doing so much digital, especially since my tablet works. Thank you, Jesus. So yeah, in the beginning I do it mostly online, but now with how stores are coming in Trinidad, I would even put like 2 stores, one store where you could get it here in Trinidad, but it's in the south. Next question is by Rels Does Art. Hey Rels, have you ever watched Ghibli Films or Ghibli Films or Ghibli Films? If you have, which is your fave? If not, girl, I think you'll enjoy. Yes, I've watched Ghibli Films when I was younger, and we used to watch it on cassette. Yes, I'm that old. I think we watched Kiki's Delivery Service, and all I remember from that movie was that she was on the back of the bike with the boy, and they went off a hill and crashed, and then it broke my heart when she ran back to the house and tried to go on her broom, and I think her fear is what made her not be able to fly her broom again, and then her talking cat companion, she can no longer communicate with him, and that broke my heart as a child. I was like, no, Kiki, no. I think I haven't watched that movie since, but I have watched House Moving Castle and Spirited Away, and I love those two. I love it, and I'm like, which one should I like? Which one? And I think I like House Moving Castle more because Sophie, oh my god, I love Sophie. Sophie is so good. But with Spirited Away, we do have humans turning into pigs. But with House Moving Castle, we have the fat witch who's very evil and couldn't walk up the stairs. And last question, how are you doing? By the way, love your art and video. Thank you, the weird 1777. I okay. That's all I could say. I am okay. Okay guys, so that's all the questions for today. Thank you guys so much for actually asking me questions, because I was really terrified that nobody was going to ask me anything. Thank you guys so much. I did not cut as much as I wanted to. I thought I'd have done it way better, but I got distracted. I got distracted by all the questions, and I like to talk apparently. So you guys will, at least I get one done, mainly because of the rain. Okay, Mishi, that was a lot of pictures you sent me. But thank you. So this is the sticker sheet. Actually, this is the cut stickers, but this is the sticker sheet that you guys will be getting. You'll also be getting, I printed it out last night. I even had a whole celebration about it on Instagram. This art print, oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's getting the light. The colors look so good. I got this color scheme because of Bailey J, the latest artwork she did. I was like, that brown and green look beautiful, and I wanted to try it, and I loved it because I was going to give her pink hair or something, but with the background, which I didn't need to go so hard on, but I just love it. Oh my gosh, I'll put up like a digital one because I don't think you'll see the real beauty of it here on the phone, minus how it will be on the digital, but it looks exactly like how it looks on the computer, and I am so happy with this. I also, since it's my first time giving out physical rewards, I also have an illustration. I sketched it out last night. This will be of Fred waiting on a mushroom mailbox, waiting for the mail, and it's just so cute. It's like the idea, it's like you see the whole storyline about what I was doing. At first he was supposed to be a mailman, but I just didn't like how Kate was coming out, and I tried to make him chubby. I didn't like it. I liked it, but it didn't feel like Fred or George. So therefore this might be one of his brothers, because you know frogs lays hundreds of eggs. So there will be a storyline. I might even do a storybook where Fred and George visit their family. That would be so good. But anyhow, this is the two versions I have. Which one do you like? The one where he's peeking into the mailbox, or the one where he's sleeping on the mushroom mailbox? I like this one more so. Which one do you guys like? Because I really like the mushroom mailbox. Which one cute? Look, he's waiting on top of it. Okay guys, thank you so much for spending time with me here as I cut stickers. Some stickers. Wait. No. Yay! That's all right. As I cut some stickers, and answer your questions. Oh my gosh, we have come to the end of Vlogmas, and I think this is the last video I'm doing of this year. I might post one more when I do, like, you know, the new Patreon reward, my new Patreon intro, and I might also do my year-end review. That's, if you don't know, my year-end review is when I take an art piece I did at the beginning of the year and redraw it in December and see the progress that I did in 1 year. Because right now I'm in my 3rd sketchbook for the year. I don't usually go through sketchbooks so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, but now look at me, like, yeah, I'm sketching stuff. Thank you, lovely, so much. I can't talk. Thank you, lovely, so much for following me along this journey. It was a fun one, and I'll see you when I see you guys. Oh, I love you. And I would like to thank my patrons: YK, Princess Auntie, me, Harriet Shashaya, Amber Padeo, Jennifer Tapa Iko, Tatiana Vote of Tatiana Vote Art, Romeo Kent, Danielle, and Rel Does Art. Thank you, lovely, so much for supporting me. You guys have no idea. You guys helped me so much. Just 9 months and I'm unemployed. So much. Thank you, lovelies, so much, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Mwah. That felt awkward, but mwah.